Man, I know there's a lot of hype around Jimmy Butler's coffee, but $20? This is... What are you doing? Aha, you're finally here. Look, I've been thinking about it, all right? Brook Lopez last year, what happens? We go down 2-0, and he was shooting the lights out. Marcus Smart this year, what happens? We go down 2-0, he's shooting the lights out. That means both of them outliers. Has to be an outlier. And then if you think about it really, really tightly. Look, the Bucks, they wore green. The Celtics, they wear green. That means cash rules everything around me. What does green mean? Money, money, money. Which means why Tony Brothers was the ref for game 2, which means Pascal Siakam wasn't out of bounds, which means Jason Tatum got his free throws for no reason, which means they're holding the Toronto Raptors back from winning another NBA championship. It's the only reason that we can think of, but they still have a chance, because if they start to shoot better than they actually have, if you look at the box scores, they can shoot better than they actually have, then that means they get back to norm, and not Norman Powell, but norm as in the average, and then they can actually win. Is that coffee? Could I borrow some coffee, please? It's really good coffee. Wow. Yeah, obviously, but dude, are you okay? No. Hello everyone, S here from Raptors Republic, and it is a Raptors playoff game day. It's pretty much an uphill battle from here on out for the Raptors to try to claw their way back into this series. It's do or die from here on out, realistically. With that being said, here are 3 key points to look out for come game time. Point number 1, a tough pill to swallow. Look, game 1 sucked because you didn't do anything right and you got absolutely destroyed. Now, game 2 sucked even more because you did everything right and just couldn't close out the game. A lot of this had to do with the end of the third quarter, leading to the fourth quarter, where the Raptors went 0 for 7 in the last 150 seconds of the third quarter, and then let Marcus Smart go for a 16-7 run all by himself to start the fourth quarter. The Raptors are 48-6 when they lead after 3 quarters, so this game should have been wrapped up. I don't know, man. Call it an outlier, call it whatever you want, but at the end of the day, it's been 2 games in a row that Marcus Smart has killed you from behind the arc. It's either you're going to have to respect this shot or live with the fact that you're going to lose this series solely based off Marcus Smart hitting 3-pointers. Point number 2, a make or miss league. Look, we joke, we kid about it being a make or miss league, but at the end of the day, when 2 good teams face off against one another, the marginal difference is making or missing your shots. The Raptors have done just that, especially from behind the arc. They're 21 of 80 throughout the first 2 games of the series. In Game 1, they missed a franchise playoff record 33 pointers, and in Game 2, they followed it up with the second most amount of 3-pointers missed in a playoff game with 29. Now, all signs indicate to the Raptors reverting back to the norm and actually starting to hit threes, but is it going to be too little too late? Point number 3, Pascal and closing out games. Look, I want to get this out the way right now because Pascal Siakam had a much better game in Game 2 than he did in Game number 1. He improved on pretty much everything everybody asked for. He attacked more, he was aggressive, he was getting better looks. So please, miss me with the franchise's doom takes, because at this point, you've signed up for 4 years of Pascal Siakam, max extension, giving him all the money in the world. So the least bit that you could do is be patient. That being said, one area where I think Siakam's struggles are warranted is in the half court and especially late in the game. And it's so apparent in this series because the Celtics are the complete opposite of the Raptors. They have Tatum and Kemba who can get buckets pretty much whenever they want in isolation, and they're great isolation players in general at the end of the clock. The Raptors genuinely do not have that player, and Siakam is not that player yet. The key word there is yet. And regardless, this series isn't over. It's back to the drawing board. It's back to square one in terms of figuring out how you can win. But at the end of the day, Game 2 showed us that the Raptors know what it takes to beat this team. Let's see if they can actually execute for a full 48 minutes and get it done. Enjoy the game, everybody. That was 3 points.